Wow.
No, beautifully on time. So actually, as we were waiting, a few people had some beautiful topics they said they'd like to hear about. One of them, most recently, was about the importance of being playful on the spiritual journey and play. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. To me, spirituality is not that makes you very serious and heavy. It's something that gets you in touch with yourself. It makes you like a child again and be playful. See, music and play are natural to us as kids, right? A kid first starts singing, only then it starts speaking, right? So it's very natural for us to be playful, and spirituality is that takes you back to your true nature, that's being playful.
Beautiful. And what about self-love was another question. Is that part of being playful? And somebody was asking, what is really self-love?
You are love. Your consciousness or mind is made up of a stuff called love. And even all these other emotions, negative emotion, I would say they are just offspring of love. Love and stress together brings rise to all other negative emotions. See, you love somebody so much, you love perfection, so you are angry at imperfection. You love someone so much, then you become so possessive and you become jealous. Jealousy is out of love. Too much love for material thing more than human relationship is greed. Right? Too much love about oneself is arrogance. Love minus wisdom gives rise to all this. But love with maturity and wisdom is only bliss.
You say about emotional turmoil that there can't be an ocean without waves. Yeah, I love that. You explained how we are bigger and more powerful than anything that comes, and even if it's excruciating, we are still bigger than it. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
No, turn back and look at your own experience, what has happened in the past. When you face a problem, you felt the sky has fallen on you, right? You felt this is it, I can't take it anymore. But then you have moved on, right? If you look back and see all the small things that you are worried about before, today you will start laughing at yourself, right? Come on, why did I waste my time, worrying about some trivial things, I could easily have made it, that confidence comes up. Then learn from others' experiences. And the third is exploring the inner potential by going deep with it. And the fourth is trusting. Only the best can happen to you.
Do you have like a little tip on how to do that? Because I think all of us say, trust in the good, and like we believe this is for our highest good, but it's a constant reminder.
Yeah, the trust that only good can happen to me makes a lot of difference. There is no methodology for trust. Okay, shall I do this to get my trust done? It's simply there. You simply have to recognize that. What I can do to improve my trust, I said there is no way. Because you have it, you simply have to recognize it, that's all. Maybe, if you insist, I would say, you should know the nature of doubt. What counters the trust is the doubt, right? And what is the nature of doubt? If you observe, it's always about something that's positive. You doubt the honesty of someone. You never doubt the dishonesty of anyone. You doubt your happiness. You never doubt your depression. I have not seen one person saying, oh, am I really depressed? No. You're so sure of your depression. Similarly, if you tell someone, I love you so much, you go, really? And someone says, I hate you, no one says, really? We don't go like that. Our doubt is always about something that's positive. Just knowing this, perhaps you can sail over it.
You want to expand a little bit about that idea of just assume everybody loves you?
Yeah, that's it. Some things less said is better. Otherwise, the vibrations that you emit from your side becomes counterproductive. We know all our vibrations are interconnected and we influence each other. Suppose you are sitting in a place and someone is boiling, is very furious. That vibes of that rage from someone impacts you too. How many of you have this experience? Similarly, that feeling that I love them. You can only love others when you recognize that they love you too. Otherwise, it becomes so difficult for you to emit that vibration of harmony if you think the others are against you. You will start putting defense. And when we put defense, it not only blocks others' communication with you, and from your side also, you find it very difficult to reach out to that. That's what I think.
Were a lot of you people thinking also like I was, just moments in your head where things could have just changed if we just assumed this person loves me, and changing our demand of that love or proof of that love?
If you find that someone's love has gone down, I would tell him, you should just ask them, why do you love me so much? I give this suggestion, especially the spouse, when they say, complain, my spouse doesn't give me so much attention. Oh my God. But don't tell them, don't accuse them, hey, you don't love me anymore. Instead of saying that, why do you love me so much? Even if it's gone down, it will come up. These are tricks that mind plays, and it's the mind that puts a brake into our emotions.
Can you explain if there is a change that happens in that person and in yourself if you just change your own mindset of assuming?
Oh yes, certainly. Okay, so now you want to ask something?
Yeah, let's do some questions from the audience. Is that okay?
I have a question about the ego. What is ego and how can we work with it?
So if you find you have one, just keep it with you. Don't try to get rid of ego, for God's sake. Never do that. Ego is part of our life, let it be. But we don't need to show it to everybody all the time. Why we want to get rid of ego? It's because it doesn't make you feel comfortable. It creates a barrier between you and the others. The only antidote for ego is being natural. Or be a little crazy. Accept to be crazy. The crazy people don't have ego. Isn't it? Yeah.
How should we approach sacred medicine? Because I've seen a lot of amazing changes in my friends, myself, but I've also seen a lot of people getting lost, abusing ayahuasca, San Pedro, mushrooms, weed. So what are your thoughts on how should we approach that?
See, medicine is something that you take only when you're sick. It's not a supplement. You can't take it every day. Even vitamins, if you take beyond a certain limit, it's going to destroy your system. Correct? When vitamin D is so essential for you, but if you keep taking it all the time, it can become toxic. Same with all these recreational thing or whatever. It's okay when you are in deep trouble or sometime when it was given only and only sparingly for those who needed very much to balance the system. But only once or twice or thrice, something like that. That's why it's called medicine. Otherwise, I don't think it should be used as a meal. And today the problem is people are using all this, like coffee and tea that you have every day. And then you lose certain abilities in you, you lose I have not had experience of it. But what I have seen, people who are using it, their nervous system is not that great. It has drained their nervous system. It has drained their energy. And their aura, the subtle aura that they have also gets dented by this. So I wouldn't recommend. The same high you can get when you can get by breathing and meditation. Why would you go for something that would have many side effects?
I wanted to ask you what you think about, for example, when you want something too much, if like it energetically, like if you're pushing towards something and it pulls back.
Are you asking like if somebody wants something too much, is
If
it pushing it away?
energetically you're pushing, like if you lean towards something too much.
So if you are feverish about something, you are pushing it away, right? Is that what you are saying? Yeah, of course, of course. So suppose you want to go to Pomona from LA and all the way you say, I want to go to Pomona, I want to go to Pomona. You may not go there, you may land up somewhere else. So feverishness definitely is not a nice thing to have on anything, because that can cause some hindrance. And why you become feverish is there is an anxiety or uncertainty inside of you that you may not get it. This lack of confidence makes you be more feverish. The more feverish you become, you will spoil the broth. It's just like someone is cooking and they become too nervous and they start putting more salt in the soup and then the soup becomes unpalatable. Correct? So that's why meditation helps a lot. When you meditate, you calm down and then you want something, you sow the seed up there and it's going to be.